are being joined today by Honorable Dr. Terab Abdulrahman, who happens to be Director of Investment and Innovation in that commission, who will be helping us to answer some of the very interesting economic questions around how Nigerian Diaspora Commission has been pushing ahead to ensure Nigeria become a global market as well as attractive to Nigerian in diaspora. Honorable Dr. Terab Abdulrahman, you are welcome to Market Report Show, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. And the name once again is Terab. Terab Abdulrahman Abba. So thank you very much for having me.
All right, sir. Yeah. So straight to our discussion point. Many Nigerians are now discovering that NIDCOM is not just bringing Nigerians back from abroad, but they are also doing as much as attracting Nigerians in abroad to come and invest at home. How did you guys started this, and how far has it gone so far?
Yeah, I think, thank you very much for this opportunity for Nigerians and the rest of the world to understand what the concept of diaspora is in reality. I think there's a serious misconception about the concept of diaspora, looking at it from basically a social perspective. A social perspective in the sense that we feel we have brothers and sisters outside the borders of Nigeria, and we need to just relate with them. The mandate of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is to relate with the diaspora for national development. Now, this tells you what that relationship is all about. That relationship is not just mere social, but they are actually partners in development. And the reason for that is because we kind of underestimate the potential that human capital has in the Nigerian economy. We believe the Nigerian economy is not just basically a resource or oil economy. It is a human capital economy. And by that, Nigerians, especially those who are living abroad, have a lot to offer in making the country to achieve beyond its development agenda, economically, educationally, environmentally, and globally. So that's the reason why we felt the Commission needs to be focused on relating with the diaspora, specifically in terms of improving investments in the country. And of course, we are all over the 40, 50 years, looking for foreign direct investments. If only we understood that at this point in time, Nigerians who are living abroad are as endowed, they have the capabilities, they have the skill, they have the knowledge, and they have the resources to invest in the country as good as any of the foreign investors that you are looking for. Then it means a lot of our job has been so much reduced that we don't have to suffer looking for people who know nothing about the country to come and invest in the country. It's a lot easier to look for somebody who knows the country, who is part and parcel of the country, and who can easily understand the challenges in the country to come and invest in the country with the right incentives. And that is what the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, specifically under the leadership of Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri-Erewa, has been able to achieve. We have been reaching out to Nigerians and creating a lot of Nigerians abroad, and then creating a lot of investment platforms for them to engage, for us to discuss, for us to create confidence. Because a major mandate of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is to build trust, is to build that bridge between the Nigerian and the Nigerian government, Nigerians abroad and Nigerians at home. And then also looking at how we can be genuine partners by understanding and appreciating what they are doing, where they are. Some of them are space scientists. Some of them are the very best doctors and researchers you can ever find in the world. So it is in your own interest as a nation, even if you are not bringing them back, but to ensure that you also benefit from what their own host community is benefiting from. That way, you are going to have the opportunity to develop at a much faster rate than you originally would be. And we also call the diaspora the third eye, because when you're in a particular space, sometimes, assuming you are driving a car and you are reversing, you need that someone from outside once in a while to guide you. I mean, before all this new camera technology and whatever, at least to give you a sense of guidance. Now, for people who have experienced what Nigeria's developmental, path and history has been, as well as understand the challenges, and then also have seen how some of these challenges are overcome in other parts of the world, it's easier for them to now tell you that this is what we have noticed in how to solve such problems and challenges in social places. And if you can be able to try it, it will help.
No, Doc, so sorry to quickly cut you in, because from what you have said so far, it means that the idea, the initiative under NIDCOM is successfully working well in a way that it's attracting Nigerians abroad, and because we are learning on both sides, it's also helping us to grow the economy. But the question that will quickly come right to every critical mind is that how has it been in terms of sustaining some of these ideas? Looking at the current situation that we are in Nigeria, where you have normally experienced policy somersault, policy reserve, but how come NIDCOM on their part are getting that success story on?
Yeah, the interesting part of it is that I think the establishment of NIDCOM came over a period of time with a lot that has been put in place. A lot of activities, a lot of groups, a lot of minds came together that eventually established the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. So what I'm trying to say here is that I think, and you see that's the beauty of it, because a lot of the diaspora were involved. And for the, fact that the Honorable Chairman of the Commission, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri was also in the National Assembly as a member of Parliament, understood what it means to establish policies that will be sustainable and enduring at the same time. And one of that is to ensure that if you want to run an establishment like this, it needs to be backed by law and act of the National Assembly. That makes it more stronger, more sustainable, and more enduring, because the average government cannot wake up one day and say, we are scrapping this without referring back to the National Assembly. And the National Assembly must be given cogent reasons on why that needs to be established. But the interesting part of it is that at least we're just 6 years old. It has now been seen, and we are still convincing stakeholders.
Exactly.
Honestly, I dare say that even government itself, as our colleagues in running the country, is yet to come to real terms on the importance of the diaspora component as an economic factor. And thank you very much for platforms like this, for opportunities like this, for us to tell the rest of the world, to tell everybody involved that this is everybody's work. And that's the reason why the Commission has of recent established, or rather embarked on some sectoral programs taking place in almost all the geopolitical zones of the country. What are we doing? We are sensitizing the ordinary community. You have friends, you have brothers abroad, you have sisters abroad, you have family abroad. Do you know anybody abroad? Tell the person that while the person is there, the person can come and invest in the country. We want it to be driven at the grassroots level. We want competitions to start taking place for Nigerians investing in various areas of opportunity in the country. Thanks to one of the, of course, the richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote, I think also recently reiterated that if he has the opportunity to invest anywhere in the world, he's going to invest in Nigeria. And so there are challenges, and we believe challenges in itself, in economics, is an opportunity.
Exactly. We'll get to that challenge aspect of what you guys are doing. But no, as I was preparing for this show, a colleague just tipped in and asked, we have other investment commission council that exist. So how are you guys partnering? What kind of partnership? Let me put it that way. What kind of partnership do you have with NIPC? What kind of partnership do you have with Nigerian Export Promotion Council? What kind of partnership do you have with those other government agencies, either at the federal level or state level, in this regards of investment drive?
Since the coming of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, we have successfully run annual events in the line of investment promotion. And one of the most, of course, the most notable one is the Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit, which, as we speak this time around in 2026, is 9th in its series. It actually predated the commission because when the chairman of the commission was the special advisor to the president on diaspora affairs, that was when the idea was muted and it started. And the commission now took it up and continued with it. Now, this is a forum that mobilizes Nigerians across the world who are in the diaspora and then match makes them with enterprises, young entrepreneurs, startups in Nigeria to come and invest in the economy. And so far, this very platform has matched over 3,000 different relationships in business terms in the last 9 years. And we do that fully in alignment and in collaboration with sister agencies of government who are relevant in promoting investment in the country or incentivizing investment in the country, or at the same time who, in one way or the other, encourage investment in the country. And of course, you are specific about the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission, which is one of our major partners. The Ministry for Trade Investment is also a major partner. The Nigeria Export Promotion Council is a major partner. And it is very interesting. The Nigerian Customs Service.
Exactly.
The Nigerian Immigration Service. You might wonder, okay, what's immigration in terms of... yeah, because, before the coming of the commission, it's difficult. When we talk about Nigerians in the diaspora, the common perception up till this moment is the person is a Nigerian holding Nigerian passport living abroad. The concept of diaspora in terms of Nigeria is much wider than even with India, China, and other places. Why? Because Nigeria is so generous enough to implement the dual passport or dual citizenship policy. And to that extent, Nigerians have a lot of opportunity, not only to remain as Nigerians, but to also be citizens of other countries. And in some other cases, when Nigerians, because the interesting thing about Nigerians is that you find them in every part of the world. So there are places where dual citizenships are not allowed. So they have to, for some reasons, end up being citizens of these countries. But they are still Nigerians as far as the diaspora concept is concerned. So coming back to Nigeria to invest, for one reason or the other, before now there were what you call it, bottlenecks with regards to immigration, visa entry, and whatever. Over the years, the visa on arrival policy was specifically aimed at Nigerians in the diaspora, and there are now a lot of other incentives. And then, of course, there are a lot of Nigerians, people who want to call themselves Nigerians, that are children of Nigerians, but are not yet, what do you call it, do not yet have their citizenships. So this is the role that immigration plays. Now let me give you another one. We have what we call the medical missions. A lot of doctors in the diaspora have now taken it up as a duty, especially this year's National Diaspora Day, which is taking place on the 25th and the 24th and 25th of July, which is an annual program. This year's program is specifically dedicated to health. About 15 different health organizations have already dedicated or committed to being part of this year's program, to the extent that some have started as early as January. As we speak with you now, over 5,000 Nigerians have been treated this year alone by doctors in the diaspora, from US to Canada to UK to Germany to Asia to France, in a lot of places, including South Africa. So what this tells you is, and in most cases, they don't come alone. They come with their colleagues who are not Nigerians, who are completely citizens of other countries. But because they see the corporate social responsibility they undertake and the give back that they do, it is now even generating interest from people or doctors of other countries to want to join the missions. So you need immigration to help you with that. I had to digress on the immigration issue. So, but what I'm trying to tell you now is that as we speak again, immediately after the National Diaspora Day, we have the Nigeria Diaspora Economic Conference taking place in Toronto, Canada. Who are our major partners and collaborators in this? Nigerian Customs Service, the Nigeria Investment Promotion Council, the Nigerian Export Promotion Commission, and the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, the Ministry of Trade, you understand? The Presidential Enabling Business Office, a lot of them. We are going there to tell Nigerians living abroad, in the entire North America, not just in Canada, and in some parts of Europe, is okay. Be the exporter of Nigerian goods, of Nigerian food, of Nigerian items, in such a way that we don't contravene the law, we do the right thing. And there are incentives for that. And because I have had the personal privilege of visiting a lot of Nigerian businesses in other parts of the world, especially in Canada and North America. And we realize that there are a lot of things from Nigeria that the rest of the world will want to enjoy. But how to move these things to these countries is a challenge. And more often than not, there are also issues of ignorance of established policies that will enable and ease these exports from Nigeria to the rest of the world. And that's the reason why we felt, okay, if that's the case, the entire Nigerian government in the economic system needs to come in. The entire Nigerian investment environment and players need to come in. Let them talk to these people. Let them tell them, okay, if you want to carry, what do you call it, zobo, that's hibiscus from Nigeria to Canada or to UK, these are the simple processes you need to follow. And with this, you are not just only moving things, you can even be incentivized. You can even have some support. You can have some grants. The Nexim Bank, the Central Bank, all of them are coming in. Federal Mortgage Bank, all of them are coming in to play these roles so that at the end of the day, the Nigerians who are living abroad can now be able to understand that they are not just citizens of Nigeria merely living in other parts of the world, but they can actually be business players in not just helping Nigeria alone and their host country alone, they too can be beneficiaries.
Now, talking about Nigerians who are much more interested, because from what you have said so far, it means that with this attractive investment into Nigeria, there are some certain sectors that Nigerians would be very, very interested to operate, to invest in. And from your own perspective and the role you play in NIDCOM, being a director of investment, I know you know much, but for a typical Nigerian, so we're thinking, okay, from what this man is saying, which sector are Nigerians coming back home to invest?
Yeah, there are things we call the lowest hanging fruit.
Exactly, exactly.
The lowest hanging fruit is the real estate sector.
Exactly.
And for several reasons. The real estate sector in Nigeria has a lot of potential for growth. But the demographics itself is so much supportive of that, in the sense that, again, what you see as challenge is actually an opportunity.
Exactly.
The challenge in the housing sector in Nigeria is that we have 27 million deficit in the housing sector. So you need, literally what it means is you need 27 million houses.
Or more, or 37.
And of course, I agree with you, because the statistics is even saying that that is incremental on an annual basis of about 700,000 every year. I know that's modest, but of course that's an opportunity for the diaspora to immediately key in and play their roles. Now, what is NIDCOM doing? NIDCOM, first and foremost, is looking at ways first to incentivize diaspora investment in the housing sector. We approach the Federal Ministry of Housing and the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. We are now planning on establishing, we have done that. It's taking quite a while due to regulatory processes to establish what we call the Diaspora Mortgage Scheme, which we believe this time around, in the next few days, is going to be fully launched. Once that is launched, it means Nigerians in the diaspora can now be contributors to the National Housing Fund. And the system is that within just a year, if you contribute about $100 or $200 monthly, you will now qualify for a loan or a mortgage of about 100 million naira in Nigeria. That is a major incentive. We believe that if that is achieved, the $20 billion in remittances plus that we've been recording, we have also identified or noticed that about 20 to 25% of that money goes into real estate. However, because the system is not fully regulated, is not fully formalized, there is a lot of loss of that 20-30%, which is about $5 billion. So at the end of the day, the value obtained is less than $1 billion, or sometimes just a little above $1 billion. So about that is telling you about 20%, or rather about 80% of that money is lost. Now, if we can be able to concretize processes where Nigerians can be able to invest in the real estate sector of the Nigerian economy, automatically is telling you that we are not just going to obtain the real value of that $5 billion, but it's going to serve as an encouragement and an incentive that probably in the next 10 years, you can be able to achieve $10 to $20 billion in the housing sector alone.
But apart from the real estate, what other sector is very attractive to Nigerian diaspora?
Well, again, lowest hanging fruit again. So most Nigerians abroad appear to be in the hospitality industry. And so there are hotels, and of course, now with the short-let opportunities, or rather business concept, you see that a lot of Nigerians are going into that area. And then also hospitals. You should know that today the pride of Nigeria are Nigerian doctors abroad.
It's true.
Despite the fact that there is also the other side of it, where we believe they are being taken away as a brain drain. But today, if I will quote the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, he said, if you take away Nigerian doctors in the U.S. health system, the U.S. health system is not that it's going to suffer, says it's going to literally collapse. Because we have what we call AMPA, the Association of Nigerian Physicians in America. It has 5,000 plus strong physicians at the highest level. So we have a lot of doctors who are in the diaspora. And just like I've told you, we are benefiting from a lot of their give back this year. And so a lot of them are either coming back to establish hospitals, and of course, and some of them are investing jointly with other interests in developing hospitals. Here in Abuja, we have a lot of them, and of course, some of them are also in other parts of the country, in Lagos, in Imo, in Anambra, you understand? So now, again, is a challenge because the Nigerian, what do you call it, health tourism, that we spend so much in foreign travels, in seeking for healthcare services, it appears we are now bridging that gap through our diaspora doctors. A lot of them are bringing back or coming back to invest in the system, in the sector, such that what you expect to go and find abroad, you can now find it at home. And we believe the market is there. That's the interesting part of it. And it's encouraging because if people can spend a lot of money to go out of the country to get basic healthcare services, now the worst part is, or rather the interesting part is, you travel outside Nigeria, travel a lot of distances, and then go and meet a Nigerian doctor.
Exactly. No, the health sector is well established. Even abroad, we understand that we have a lot of Nigerians. But still back on investment attraction, I will be tempted to ask, what about agriculture? Don't we have some of them investing
As we
in
speak
food
with
security?
you, we have what, again, in the same mindset of kind of getting a hybrid kind of a platform. We are now getting into this concept of agri-tourism. As we speak with you, we have about some very well established, what do you call it, agri or farm resorts that have just been established in some parts of the country that were completely driven by the diaspora. So this tells you the, what do you call it, that aspect of interest that Nigerians in diaspora have in investing in agriculture. Again, we have recorded, we have in our records members of the diaspora who have come to invest in livestock. One of them actually took the advantage of what we call the Ruga policy that was enacted in the, or rather implemented in the last administration, and came back and established the first ranch. And interestingly, this is ordinarily maybe by family trade. This is not somebody that is supposed to
be in the agri sector.
In that sector. And of course, the person is now also leading the way for many other investors from the diaspora to come in. Of course, again, like we keep saying, it's a challenge that needs to be converted into opportunity. Milk production is a major challenge because we import. Poultry is still a challenge because we import. Fishery is still a challenge. And we are now seeing that Nigerians who are living abroad are actually coming in to take up these spaces and start to produce locally made products from these areas that I've just explained.
Exactly. Interesting. I will still staying on the diaspora issue, because as part of what I researched, I was able to find out from for NIDCOM website and some documents, you know, recording over $90 billion over the last 5 years.
Yes.
And you know, someone will be tempted to ask, how impactful is our diaspora remittances, because I could recall a lot of analysts have said, oh, most of those money come through our brothers and sisters. They will ask someone to build house for them. They will come back, they will meet empty houses. I think your colleague was here, Mr. Balogun, and he narrated a story of one of those challenges that are being faced by Nigerians. But from what NIDCOM is doing, it shows that there is a progressive way of doing that. But for you, how will you help us to understand the impact of these diaspora remittances?
First of all, remittances are monies, or rather resources that are P2P, persons to persons. Nigerians living abroad would like to send some money back home for mostly personal reasons, either to take care of family needs or sometimes community needs. But in any case, these amounts of money, which has been hovering around $20 to $25 billion annually in the last 10 years, helps the Nigerian economy, not going directly to the Nigerian government, but it helps to stabilize the Nigerian economy. That's why when I started this program, I started with mentioning that the Nigerian economy is a human capital economy. Because ordinarily, on the table of balance of payment, that's at the IMF or on the International Economic Community, it is expected that that $25 billion is something that we produced and exported. And somebody is paying us back into the country. Now, ordinary Nigerians who are providing services to the rest of the world are the ones sending back these monies. Now, automatically, this helps in the first place to have positive effect on our currency, because it shows that we are relating with the rest of the world positively and in economic terms. But the next and most important thing is that it impacts our economy, because most of these monies either go, let me give you a simple example, the one that goes to pay school fees. Now, if part of that $25 billion goes to pay school fees, let us understand the, the impact on the economy, the kind of multiplier effect it has. You thought you are just paying school fees. That translates into the salary of the teacher who is teaching. That translates into the buildings in the school, either to be built or either to be maintained. When it goes into that, it also translates into the construction industry. That is what is going to be used by someone to buy wood, to buy roofing sheets, to buy cement, to pay for bricklayers, to pay for carpenters. So you can see the effect of just paying school fees that comes as remittance from the diaspora. Without that, what is the implication? The implication is that there are a lot of people who are supposed to have been teachers may not even be employed in the first place.
Interesting. Honorable Doctor, I really want to appreciate you for coming on the show. Time is not always our friend when it comes to deep, interesting, and very proactive discussion like this. But we hope you have our time next to call you to cover and talk on the NIDCOM for us.
It's a pleasure having me here, and actually, to me, I believe we will continue to look for opportunities like this to tell the rest of the world the importance of diaspora as an economic partner in national development in Nigeria.